guys, KandiShow episode 42. It's Monday, December 13th. It's 2:11 Pacific time. My name's Vinny Kandis.
I'm Alec Kandis.
So it's 2:11. We got like 45 minutes. It's going to be a little bit shorter today, but we got some topics that we really want to talk about. First and foremost, we
got to talk about the week before we.
So that's what I'm going to get into first. So first and foremost, our subs basically in the last 2 weeks basically doubled. Let's just give it 2 weeks. So last two weeks, 2, 3. Is it 2 or 3 or is it just 2? Last 2, 3 weeks. I don't know.
2.5.
2.5 because I think the high res was 3. So let's say the last 2, 3 weeks, we had about 450, 500 subs maybe. I've lost track at this point.
I think 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are now up to 962 last time I checked as we're recording. Chances are we're
up 510 subscribers in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I don't want to shoot myself in the foot and be wrong, and who knows, but I have a chance next time we record we'll be well over 1,000. So we did some video reactions today, and yeah, we really appreciate it. Our podcast views are getting more views because of it, and at the end of the day, that's the goal with the podcast. We do a lot of these video reactions. They boost our YouTube, and we like good music. We ideally like to do the video reactions to good rap music or good music in general. But we really appreciate it to everybody who supported us and keeps subscribing, and we're just really getting started.
Yeah, shout out to everyone in India and the Philippines, and we really do appreciate it. And consistency is key. We've been doing this consistently for about 9 months now. Yeah, we're not going to stop, and finally we get a decent little push.
Yeah,
you know?
I told Alex at the beginning, it's like anything else. There's certain little principles. As long as you first and foremost are putting out good content, second off staying consistent, and third off having a little self-belief, it all works out. And this game is no different. So we're definitely trending in the right direction. And again, thanks to even the people who watched our pod from the jump, our friends and families who don't admit to it but still watch it. We appreciate you too. So shout out to you guys.
Real quick, so it looks like we're going to be well over 1,000. Right. Well, I guess this isn't concluding a year. But what do you think by this time next year, where do you see KandiShow being at? If you had to give it a prediction.
I don't like that. I don't know.
If you had to give it.
I don't know. Because would we have said we would have doubled in 2 weeks? I don't know.
No, we wouldn't.
So it's a hard game. I mean, optimistically, I don't know. I mean, I think we found this little niche. I would say optimistically.
Yeah.
This time next year. I'd like optimistically maybe 25,000.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was going to say 25K. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Who knows though?
Yeah, we could get more. I mean, if we can execute like we did this, I mean, we'll see. I don't want to. Let's shoot for 25,000 and see where we get.
Yeah, crazy shit though. The last few weeks have been amazing.
And
really all the people that have been like clicking on all our videos and watching all our content, you don't know how much Vinny and I appreciate it. That's why we take our time. We try to respond to all your guys' comments and shit, Because before, we were so excited the first time we got a single interaction from someone that wasn't our friends and family,
Big facts.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at some of the comments, which is like strikingly weird.
Which is crazy, yeah. I mean, we're getting videos with 200-something comments, and it really does mean a lot to us, and we'll always remember where it started.
Yeah, we found this little Indian rap scene niche where we started off the pod last week, but then this week, which we might as well talk about, we had this Filipino rapper, Easy Mill, and his video literally it was bigger than the Indian push. His is it's basically gonna be our most viewed video probably in the next day or two.
Yeah, 7K views in a week, and our biggest video before we posted 6 months ago or somewhere around that time span, a Theo Von reaction. Slowly grinded up to that, and he put up those numbers in a week. So,
and I think he got some more views from this hit because it went up to 7.1. The Joey Diaz got up to 4,000. I don't know if you've seen that. I didn't tell you that yet.
Yeah, I mean, we used to be stoked with 1,000. Now, now Vinny and I will call like, damn, I only got 100 and shit. Before we'd get stoked with 100. So it's crazy to see the progression and a good way to start to end this year, and I'm excited for next year for sure.
And speaking of end of this year, we're gonna do this pod. We're gonna do one more pod before the end of the year. Next week we're gonna do all our our year in review. So we're gonna do our top 5 favorite albums, top 5 freestyles. I'm gonna talk about some of the best songs of the year too. We haven't talked about that part yet, but I think it's important. And then that's it for sure. But next week we're gonna do our year in review podcast, and then he's going out of town the last week of Christmas and New Year's, and then guess we'll get back on the train in January, right?
Yeah.
So we got this pod, one more pod before the end of the year. We're excited for next week. We like doing this album review. It gets us to look through all the albums and shit. So I need to get a real deep dive in here this week. So, but I know I have a lot of time. So, and then, that's it. So let's get into some topics real quick. Last thing I want to say, and I saved this for the pod. I want to do like a little intro, Christmas time and all. So there's this place up on Rampart Rampart, where I think you went to a restaurant a couple times up there, but that's where they do like the little Halloween festival on Rampart, right up on Charleston. Take a left on Rampart. It's really Fort Apache.
Yeah.
You went out there, Boca Park.
Yeah.
Boca Park. Anyway, that's where they usually have like the Halloween festival, and they sell Christmas trees there. So we went to get a Christmas tree a couple days ago, and this tree, the first one we saw, was not even as tall as I usually get. I'm like, yeah, how much for this one? Blah, blah, blah. It's not a spice tag. Dude comes up, he's like, 205. I'm like, 205? I paid like a 3 foot taller. It was 3 foot taller, and I paid less, like 160 last year. And he's like, yeah, since COVID, the shippings went up like 3 times. So overcharged. I'm like, 205 for a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So long story short, the guy who was his delivery, he even went out of his way to be like, yo, I can try to get down to 175. Basically, I'll steal a $35, can you get the stand? I'll steal the $35 Christmas stand. You guys just tip me. So AKA, we still have to give him like 25, 30. It's still going to be like 200, 205. Luckily, he also was like, you know what? I went to Home Depot. They're selling for like $89. We went over to Home Depot or Lowe's right by the house, right by that Smith's, and got it one for $89.99 with the tree stand and then this like tree moisturizer or conditioner that you mix with the water. I spent like $110.
Did you have them delivered or did you?
No, I put that shit on the top of my Audi and brought that bitch home.
Oh, damn.
Little dude tied it. We paid him $5. He tied it to the top and brought that shit home. Yeah, but I didn't know there was ever going to be such a thing as Christmas tree inflation. This dude,
everything is.
Everything went up in price.
Yeah.
Even when we were walking out of the place, I was trying to charge for 205. He showed this little one. He's like, even that one's like $45. I'm like, $45? I got that bush in my front yard. Don't make me go cut my bush out and turn it into a Christmas tree. That shit was weird as hell. I couldn't believe that Christmas tree price went up. There's trees everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me trees are going out of
stock.
Out of stock. But
yeah.
All right, I just wanted to talk about that. But yeah, Merry Christmas. We'll be on here one more time before Christmas and New Year, so we'll do that more Christmas.
It's crazy that Christmas is already here. The last couple of years just flow. I mean, COVID, all this random shit that's been going on in the world. Times have been flying. Yeah, and rest in peace to Demaryius Thomas. We should say that on here too. Yeah, damn.
Died at 33 in the shower. Gets a seizures, probably because of all the punishment from his brain from football.
Yeah, they really need to do something about the CTE that these athletes are getting. You know,
violent.
I don't even know what you can really do.
Yeah, I don't know if there is anything. Yeah, I know they've always tried to like improve the helmets and whatnot, but easier said than done. These are strong. These are the strongest dudes in the world.
Yeah, these guys are 300 pounds running like 4.8s and shit. You
explosive.
know?
So, all right, do we want to do UFC or Russ first?
Well, it's up to you.
Let's do Russ since we've been in music. You know.
Yeah.
So Russ dropped a new album this week called Chomp 2. He did Chomp 1. That was actually when we were in Colorado, I remember, because it dropped that week before. We were playing in the car when Zoe was driving around and shit. Do you remember that? We were like driving to the mall and stuff, and we were playing in the car. But it just came out that week before, which was like that was about a year and a half ago. But anyway, Chomp 2 came out. Basically, he put all the best rappers on there that he could.
Yeah. I mean, best features that you could really get of spitters, you know?
Yeah.
Other than maybe like 1 or 2 people that are active.
But really, like all the people we really enjoy.
That we fuck with that are active, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he has Ransom on there, Papoose, Westside Gun, Styles P, Big Crit, Jay Electronica, most importantly, Big Sean, Conway the Machine, Lloyd Banks, Sci-Hi the Prince. Bunch of killers on there. You know?
So where do we want to start? Let's do. We went out of our way. We wanted to pick our 3 favorite features. So
should we get an overview or do you want
to? No, save the overview for the end. Let's do the favorite verses. If we want to do a Russ verse, favorite song, and then we do the overview at the end.
Okay.
Typically how we do it.
All right.
So let's do 3 to 1. We'll go back and forth. I have my 3 to 1. You want to go first or me?
You go first.
Okay. So my number 3. I'm going to go with, I think there's a lot of great verses. It was kind of hard for pick. Even when I told him a couple of days ago, I've kind of gone back and forth a little bit just on the take, but I've came up with my take. But I'm going to go with number 3. I'm going to go Ransom, and that's on the song. It's the second song in the album. It's called Blue Chip, Russ featuring Ransom. But yeah, Ransom's gonna be number 3 for me.
Oh, we're doing from features.
Yeah.
Features. Oh, this isn't top 3 songs.
No.
Okay, so number 3, mine would be Conway the Machine on Distance.
Okay.
That would be my number 3 spot.
Conway the Machine. Yeah, we're doing our 3 favorite verses.
Yeah, features. Yeah.
So okay, number 2, I'm gonna do. It's a song called Nothing New. It's Russ featuring The Game, and originally I was gonna do this number 1. But then I went back and I was like, I have an obligation to put number 1. Who I got to put number 1? So my second favorite verse is I like The Game on Nothing New.
Okay. I mean, that was mine, but I'm gonna go with Big Crit on Free. First off, I love.
Oh, Game
Big
was
Crit.
yours too on there?
Huh? Yeah.
He went hard, huh?
He went hard as
That shit
fuck.
was ridiculous.
Yeah. Nah, he went hard.
He even sounded like Biggie at first. He was calling out all the nerd rappers.
Yeah, and then
he said if it's not
Jay-Z,
Jay-Z,
Russ, do you think I'm gonna let you kill me on your own song? Yeah.
And I think that might be Russ's best verse too on that song.
That song's hard.
That's hilarious. I didn't know you'd have that on there, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you nerd rappers. If it's not Jay-Z and Nas, he's like, I got girls around, everyone toting guns. I can't even play it. That shit was hard, bro.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Big Crit. First off, I love Big Crit, and I don't think there's a spitter that sounds as unique as Big. I just love Big Crit. You know.
When he went out of his way on that verse to say how he's independent now, I'm not doing the chucking and jiving, table dancing, like that shit was hard.
Big Crit is hard,
yeah.
and I don't think he gets enough credit for who he is as a rapper. You know,
and
Big Crit, I don't get excited much for rappers, and every new project Big Crit puts out, every feature I get super excited.
When was the last one? I mean, now
a while.
But now I think he took him a while to get off his label, and now he's officially independent. So the next album, but I feel like the last album.
The last feature. I mean, there's one song I listen to almost daily. Is that feature he did on the My Song Trade the Truth album. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Somebody Pray For Me. Pray For Me. That song. He has a feature on that he murders. But
okay, so he had an album, A Style Not Quite Free. Did this slip under the radar?
Huh?
August 13th, 2021. Which would have been just like 3-4 months ago.
I don't want to get off my page.
Okay. This is 2021 multi-alumni LLC under exclusive license to BMG Rights Management. So that looked like that was still half partnership. So maybe that was his last album. Now he's officially independent. But yeah, I like that Big Crit verse too. So let's not get sidetracked.
Yeah.
And then number one, I thought I was just gonna do my favorite song, but then I was like, I have a responsibility that anytime Jay Electronica raps, that I have to shout him out, especially on my own podcast. So number one verse is a Russ song called "Top of the World," and it's featuring Jay Electronica. Again, Jay Electronica, it's almost I don't want to say like a Bible verse, but it's almost like a Bible verse every single
time he spits.
Every time he spits. It's literally light versus dark, and that's all life is really about anyway.
Yeah.
So,
and he's the best at doing that, too.
He's incredible, bro.
Yeah. And that's the same for mine, too.
Jay Electronica number one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like I said, it's just something special. No one else raps like that. So shout out to Jay Electronica. If you don't know about Jay Electronica, do your research. He's pound for pound my favorite rapper of all time. We went and saw him live. He was like walking through the crowd with us. That shit was hard.
Yeah.
But shout out to Jay Electronica.
That's crazy that we got to see him live, huh?
Jay Electronica, Game. And what was your third?
My third was Conway the Machine on
Conway
Distance.
The Machine,
yeah.
I just okay.
Yeah, so mine, should we just go down again? My 3 was Conway the Machine. My second was Big Crit on, which song was that?
It's called Free.
Yeah, Big Crit on Free. And then my number 1 is same as Vinny, Top of the World, Jay Electronica.
Okay. Did you want to do top 3 songs or?
Yeah, well, I thought that's what we were doing. I mean, it's pretty similar, but.
Yeah. I can go different though.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'll start this one since
go.
you started the last one. My number 3 is Hustler Freestyle, just by Russ. There's no feature on there. I like that song a lot.
Which one was it? Hustler Freestyle.
Hustler Freestyle.
So you went on. You did that one. Okay, cool.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go with. What's number 3?
Yeah.
We're doing 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of similar. Like I said, some of the songs, but. I'll go with number 3 because you know what, I did like even Snoop Dogg's verse on it, and I really like the instrumentation on Free, so I'm gonna do number 3 as Free as well. Is that what you said was number 3?
And I went with Hustler Freestyle,
okay,
but
I'm gonna do number 3 Free featuring Big Crit, Snoop Dogg, DJ Premier. Like Snoop Dogg knew he was getting on a rapper album too. I even liked his verse on it, so I'm gonna number 3 Free.
Okay, number 2, which is kind of hard for me. I like Jadakiss's verse a lot. I actually just like the instrument. I like the instrumental a lot too. So I'm gonna go with Faith on Russ Jadakiss will be my number 2.
Okay. My number 2 favorite song, I really like the Blue Chip featuring Ransom song. I like the Russ featuring. I really, whoever made that beat knew Ransom was getting on it. Like it was set up for. Honestly, Russ's verse is incredible, and it was set up for Ransom to come on there. I could just tell him like the instrumentation of the sound. They're like, oh, Ransom's about to get on this. So, my second favorite song is Blue Chip featuring Ransom.
Okay, and my number 1 is gonna be Nothing New, The Game, and Russ. Yeah, I mean the song's incredibly
fucking
hard,
hard.
and it's super competitive
Super
too.
competitive.
Super competitive, and the game's talking his shit at the end
The
too.
whole verse.
Whole time, but he literally's talking shit. Like, Russ, you think I'm gonna let you kill me?
He said, "Ask
So,
Drake what I did Labor Day weekend." Who knows what that was?
Yeah.
Some fucking orgy party, but
some crazy shit.
And he said, basically he said Demi Lovato's reason she stayed out of rehab. Like that shit was hard.
Yeah.
Game was
Shout out
just
to the
bad.
game.
Yeah, shout out to the game. When games like that, and like I said, he shouted a lot of Jay-Z and Nas in there. He even sounded like Biggie in one part of it for like 12 or 16 bars.
He murdered that.
He sounded like Biggie for a second. He's good at that. He did that with Nipsey too. He sounded like Nipsey, and yeah, he's good at
But
he was just gritty and hard on there too.
I mean, his last album was amazing too. Shout out to the game, which he claimed was his last album, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, and then Jay Electronica, Top of the World.
Well, let me do number one.
Okay.
I'm doing number one. I'm doing Top of the World featuring
Okay.
Jay Electronica. Like I said, I have a responsibility because not enough people know who Jay Electronica is, and it's like there was a song that Jay Electronica had. My first son Hendrix. I used to play to put him to sleep, literally like a fucking lullaby. I used to play Better in Tune with the Infinite, which is one of Jay Electronica's. I'd have to go through and get through a top three, but I know it's one of the top three best Jay Electronica songs.
Probably one of the best
all
songs
time
ever.
It's an incredible song. Better in Tune with the Infinite. You should check it out. But anyway, it's my like I said, it's my responsibility. I almost told him I wasn't going to put him on some of the list because he's like a Chico, but then I was like, nah, I have a duty to put Jay Electronica. So Top of the World featuring Jay Electronica is number one.
Yeah, I mean that's probably my number one too, but I don't want to just run with you.
Yeah.
And then all right,
let's do our overall just.
Yeah,
1
I
to
mean,
10, which we do on all these, and we always kind of get into a don't
Yeah.
know where to put them just because. But let's try.
Yeah.
So let's start here.
Okay.
Is this better than Joel Ortiz?
yes,
Oh, is it?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, I couldn't ask for more from a rap album.
Yeah.
Especially with the feature. Like, I don't have a skip. Oh, yeah, you said that you had, like, one, you want to do worst song.
No,
on
we
here,
don't have to
didn't you?
kill it on here. If you know, I mean, if we had to pick a worst song,
Yeah. Mine would probably be Note to Self, to be honest. With
me too.
Joey Badass,
For sure.
Wale, and
because
Big
Wale
Sean.
can't rap, so I don't know like why. Anytime
Yeah.
I've never been like, oh, I love that Wale song ever.
I don't know why, too. Like, maybe because I listen to a lot of Big Sean because of his album and stuff, but for some reason, it's just...
I'm off. I'm
yeah.
out. He's partying too much. I think he bought, not Marilyn Manson, but it's someone like that, one of those people, or Leonard Skinner, or I don't know.
It's hard when you go from, like, Papoose, Ransom...
Yeah.
Fucking Big Crit, Jay
And
Electronica, when Ghostface Killer. I mean, like the Conway the Machine. I mean, Lloyd Banks. Fuck. I mean, going from all these killers and then hearing Big Sean and
I'm gonna
you
be
know
honest
Joey
with you, when I
Badass.
first did it, and I told myself these are the top three, I'm not gonna change it. I had Papoose on there, but Papoose had some bar on there that was like fucking some ridiculous shit. He's like, I can't even say it, but he said, I'm not Schwarzenegger, I'm a Schwartz, it said the bad N-word, but that shit was hard, dog. I don't know, Papoose was in his bag. Originally, that was gonna be my top three, Ransom, Game, and Papoose, but I had to put Jay Electronica on there, so.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that would probably be
but
my
nothing
least
new- and
favorite.
honestly-
But still, it's not even that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a single skip. I can play this album over and over, and I know this will live in my Spotify for a long time.
yeah, if I had to pick one, probably Sheep, the first one, even though I like him calling out Sheep because I like to call out Sheep.
You
too.
don't like that song?
It's aight. If I had to pick one, it's
Really?
aight. Yeah. Like, I start on Blue Chip.
Okay.
But, and again, maybe not. Maybe, and you know what? I could have been anxious to hear the features. Maybe
Yeah.
that was why, and it was the first one.
No, 'cause I like that song.
You like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I played this album maybe 8-9 times already. This album's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Very only skip really is when I hear the Big Sean verse,
Yeah.
and I even like Big Sean. That's not even dissing him, but just when you hear all this grit, it's kind of hard to listen to the calm, introspective.
And I'll be honest, like, I
bars.
love Sign of the Prince. He's one of my favorite rappers of all time. I didn't really like that song that much, to be completely honest. But maybe I'm like a real, like I hold Sign of the Prince to a really, really high standard. So
I like Lloyd Banks' verse
yeah.
on Get It. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, like I was saying, I couldn't ask for more. I can ask for better features.
So
Russ
what's the
murdered
number?
it.
1 out of 10. What's the number? You know what? I was almost thinking maybe at some point we should do 1 out of 20. Give us a little bit more room. But I guess we can do the 0.5s. So, okay. So,
Yeah.
1 out of 10. What is it?
I'm scared to give it too high is the thing, but I couldn't
You want
ask
me to
for
go first?
more. Yeah.
I'll go 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think that's about what it's at.
What was missing from the album that would have made it better? I mean, you had your favorite rapper on there. I mean, a lot of your favorite
A lot
rappers.
of the things that since we've been doing this on the podcast and stuff, it's going to come back to that thing
of longevity.
Longevity and how much will I go back to the songs and for how long, you know, and that's where we'll get into it deeply in the next week on the next pod when we do our album reviews. But that's important. You know, and the one thing about this, as much as it is the rapidy stuff, right? They're all in that rapidy, like Conway, for example. A lot of it was like drug addiction stuff and like that was on pills or whatever it was. Like, so it was a lot of that rapidy street stuff, which sounds good when you're trying to rap hard, but doesn't mean I'm going to always go back to it.
There's a lot of gems.
So I guess it would be like musicaltation, if that's the thing. It's a rapidy rap, but you know, and that's like I said, and that's where I'll be.
Are you saying like the contents of the verses? Because there's a lot of content in the verses.
Yeah, but it's still like grown man rapidy rap shit.
Yeah,
doesn't mean I'll go back 4 months later and listen to it. There'll be another grown man rapidy rap shit that replaces it.
Oh, I see what you're
saying.
You know,
unlike a Jay Electronica verse where it's timeless.
So what did you give Joel Ortiz?
I think I 7.5.
Really?
You know,
so you put them about even?
They're about even.
Really?
Yeah, they're about even.
Even with all these features.
Because Joel Ortiz did it by himself.
Yeah.
You know, and made it cool.
Okay,
you know?
So
it's yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, me personally, I know for sure. I mean, I already go back. I mean, Russ was my biggest. You were clowning me because Russ was, I think, my #1 artist on my Spotify year-to-date thing. You know, and I know I'll go back and play. Like, I know for sure that Jay Electronica song will live for me for a year.
Yeah.
You know, I know the Big Crit song will live for me for a year. I mean, Bucket Hat Low with Papoose. You know. West Side Gun, Salute. This album was gonna live with me, I know for a fact. So I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
8.5. Okay.
8.5. Yeah. I literally couldn't ask for more.
Is it making your top 5 next week?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. But yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Shout out to Russ. Like literally, like, you know, when I think of artists, I'm always like, fuck, I wish they would just get all these features, you know. And it's really all these guys, you know. I always think like Royce the 5'9", like fuck. Imagine if he got all these features, you know, all my favorite rappers, and Russ did it, you know.
Yeah, he did.
And he killed every verse. Russ didn't miss on a single song, you know. So shout out to Russ. Shout out to Chomp too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. You give it a 7.5.
I'm gonna give it 7.5. But I really enjoyed the album. I really did. It was
I mean, we're trying to be a little bit harder on the albums. We don't want to just give 9s and 10s away, but it's really solid. It's a really solid album. So.
And I think we'll be able to next week to execute it. We'll be able to talk about some of the album numbers, and you know, cause we've done them over throughout the year, and you know, had to not take back, but they've got adjusted. So we'll see next week. We'll get really deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
But
cool. All right. So Russ Chomp 2.
That's a Russ Chomp 2 album review. Check it out. We also did a Russ LA Leakers freestyle reaction. If you want to check that out on our YouTube channel. So shout out to Russ.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do some UFC stuff from this weekend real quick. Well, first off, not even about results per se, but if you didn't know, Charles Oliveira won the lightweight championship. Choked out Dustin Poirier in the third. I did pick that on our video reaction. I think I'm like 6 for 6 in our last 2 videos, but whatever.
Yeah, you've been killing it.
But I ended up placing a 14 parlay, and it was a greedy loss. You know, I should have went Dominic Cruz, Josh Emmett, and Oliveira, and I threw in Santiago Ponzinibbio, and he lost by decision, which was unfortunate. Even though when I watched that fight, I thought he won the fight, but I guess not. But the moral of the story, what I do want to bring up, I want to tell you, I don't know if you saw this, Michael Chandler came out and basically said that Dustin Poirier quit. A lot of people were saying because he just tapped. Like, if you're in that big a fight, you kind of go out on your shield, you know, especially for the bell, and you've said, like, you know, 25 minutes to destiny or whatever you're saying, 25 minutes to glory, and just a tap. Like, a lot of people say you go out on your shield. But Michael Chandler, I want to send you this if you didn't see this.
I mean, that choke was deep. What are you going to do? You go out on your shield there, you think?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, when you have a fucking killer like Oliveira on your back, he has it synced super deep. Dustin Poirier wants to get back to make fucking barbecue at home, you know.
Yeah, he's over there passing out his hot sauce. And first off, the hot sauce wasn't great, the first one. I got to get the KO one, though. He made the KO one, which was spicier, because that was my take. Like, there wasn't any flavor.
I mean, you know what? I've been calling you multiple times this week and trying to tell you. You remember my friend Remy?
Uh-huh.
Her cousin is Jordan Wright, who got beat by Bruno.
Oh, he's a beast. They called him Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually came
Remy's
out.
Cousin.
He came out strong. He's good. I like him. But
yeah.
he comes out real aggressive, though, and gets knocked out. But he came out looking like he was about to knock dude out, but Bruno Silva knocked him out. Check what I just sent you real quick. Michael Chandler went out of his way to tweet about it. Cause I thought it was interesting because Michael Chandler isn't like this guy that does this all the time, but...
He wants that fight.
Look at that. I would never, ever quit. I went out on my shield after being separated from consciousness. Congrats to Oliveira. He said Gaethje breaks Charlie Olives. Changed my mind. Hashtag UFC. But this is the best part. Patricio Pitbull, the guy who fought Chandler in Bellator a couple times, he goes, "You turned your back to Charles and run away after being clipped. You quit against Gaethje. Also, let's not forget you asked Will Brooks for a timeout. Shut your damn mouth. You've been pathetic."
Damn.
You went out to talk shit to Michael Chandler. But I thought that was funny. And then the other thing is, it looks like Conor McGregor is now saying he wants the Oliveira fight. Like, yeah, like, first off, Conor, you're getting tapped out, bro. I promise you're getting tapped out. But it'd be fun.
What's up with Conor, dude?
He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
UFC's going to do. I mean, honestly, they can now. Poirier can just fight him again. What else is he going to do? I'm more curious what happens with Poirier. Or you get Poirier Chandler. Why don't you do Poirier Chandler now? Mm-hmm. Then. Yeah.
I mean, where's the wrestling? Where was the jits? Like, where was the defense? Like, what was going on there from Poirier?
Well, I told you. That's what I said coming into it.
I mean, he just came in with the double, got him in the fight, and took his back.
The thing I was saying to you that
like,
week was, I was like, he fights all strikers. Like, these guys, and that's what I'm saying. These guys aren't that good at jiu-jitsu. They just really aren't. Like, I've never seen a picture with Poirier and a gi in my life. So you're going to get subbed by Oliveira. That's why I feel Gaethje. I've never seen Gaethje in a gi. He's getting subbed by Oliveira.
You think?
No doubt in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still think I take.
And again, Poirier beat Gaethje. I mean, you can't do that game, but Poirier beat Gaethje, and Oliveira, beat Poirier pretty easily. Not pretty easily. It was a good fight. Poirier hit him with some good shots in the first round, but yeah. I guess if you don't knock him out, which we haven't seen Oliveira get knocked out, and I mean that's like 11 fights in a row he's won. It's pretty impressive. I'm super impressed, especially after winning that one. That was the one we were like, okay, yeah, no, he's the shit. And I think Gaethje is similar to Poirier. But all right, so let's get into UFC 270.
Okay.
Which
this is a fun fight card.
This is a fun fight card. So there's only on best fight odds right now, only 2 lines, but I did see they announced the whole main card. What do you have? Are you on Tapology?
I'm on SureDog for some reason. I don't know why I did this. Hold on.
Okay, find Tapology. So right now, while he's finding that, we have. And before we leave, let's make sure we do Fight Night bets for this weekend because we didn't post a video, but we can still do Fight Night bets for this weekend. Oh, yeah. That's the Derek Lewis, Chris Dawkins card this weekend. So and it's gonna be UFC 270. It's January 22nd. Headline: it's the heavyweight championship, basically title unification. It's Cyril Gane versus Francis Ngannou. That one literally on DraftKings right now is -110, -110. I'm putting money on Cyril Gane. And we also got the lightweight championship. The flyweight championship, 125 pounds. Brandon Moreno versus Devison Figueiredo. I'm pretty sure it's number 3, right? They fought twice, and this is number 3. Right? I think that's right. Figueiredo won the first, Moreno won the second, and now they're doing a third. And then also, does Tapology show the other main card fights?
Yeah. Derek Brunson versus Jared. How do you pronounce it?
Jared Cannonier. That's a great fight.
Greg Hardy versus Alexei Olenek.
Alexei Olenek.
Yeah. And then Movsar.
Yeah. Him versus who?
Movsar Evloev.
He's undefeated, right?
Evloev.
What's his record?
15-0.
He's a savage.
Versus Ilia Topuria.
Yeah, it's a great fight.
Yeah, 11-0 too. They're both undefeated.
Oh, Ilia Topuria is undefeated too. Do they have lines for that one on there?
No, they don't.
And what is there on the other ones they're showing on there?
Then that's the only main fight cards that's on here.
UFC 270.
Cody Stamen's on the prelims, huh?
Who else?
On the prelims?
Yeah, what are they saying?
No one else that looks too. Michael Morales versus Trevin Giles. Trevin Giles, yeah. Okay,
here we go. Oh no, Cody Stamen's fighting Sayer Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
One of the cousins. Yeah, Movsar Evloev versus Ilia Topuria. That's a great fight. Movsar, one of those dudes who doesn't lose though. Rodolfo Vieira's back. After losing that first one, he gets submitted. I think he won his last fight. Now he's fighting Wellington Turman. All right, so let's do the main card. So it looks like, what, is it Movsar Evloev versus Ilia Topuria the first one?
Yeah, that starts it off.
Okay. Movsar, although I bet him his last fight and he won. I think...
Who has he fought? Anyone? Not really, huh?
Pull it up on there. Yeah, I'm not sure. 15-0, 11-0.
He's 5-0 in the UFC.
5-0 in the UFC?
Yeah.
I mean, Ilia Topuria, too, is he has subs, too. 64% of the wins are by subs. But Movsar, I'm sorry, we don't know how to pronounce his name, but Movsar is a savage when I saw that. I bet him his last fight. I got Movsar Evloev. Yeah, I think it's Movsar Evloev by decision.
I'm checking out this. Oh, he beat Ryan Hall his last fight. Oh, this is the guy that beat Ryan Hall.
Okay.
The Ilya
Right.
Topuria.
By the way, Ryan Hall did win this weekend. He got full mount on him and won by decision.
Oh, he did?
He looked in better shape. I think he was a little hurt last
By
fight.
submission or?
Nah, I just kind of held him.
TKO?
No, decision.
Oh, decision.
He got full at the end. He was full mounted. He could have went for an arm triangle, but he was kind of playing it safe, like, or almost like Ryan Hall's so nice he doesn't really want to beat you up.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
That's
Yeah,
a great
it seems
fight.
like most VAR wins mostly by decision. He doesn't have a finish in the UFC.
They're all decisions.
Yeah, all unanimous decisions. So I'm gonna go unanimous decision.
Masvidal. Okay. Yeah, I agree. That's a good fight. And he's going on the parlay no matter what it is. All right, so next we're going to do Greg Hardy versus Alexei Olenek. We need some odds, but I already know how that fight's going too. I mean, Greg Hardy could knock him out, but Olenek, if he takes him down, he's subbing him.
Olenek is 59-16.
He's like 44 too.
I mean, what the fuck?
How old is he?
I'm about to see. 59-16-1. He's 44. You're right.
Yeah. And Greg Hardy.
He's lost his last 3.
Yeah, I think against all top dudes though.
Derek Lewis,
Right.
Chris Dawkins,
Right.
and Sergey Spivak.
Yeah, Sergey Spivak. Yeah.
Spivak.
I mean, he lost to Derek Lewis and Chris Dawkins, who are fighting this weekend to headline the card.
He might be on his way out now.
Yeah, maybe. And Greg Hardy, last fight? He fought Tai Tuivasa last fight.
Mm-hmm.
Tai Tuivasa won too, but that was the thing too, bro. I should have told you. I should have thrown Tai Tuivasa in the parlay and just did
We've
it
always said
originally.
that. Yeah, always bet
I don't know
Tai.
why I had like
Bam.
doubts about it. So does Greg Hardy, the former wife beater, get the knockout here, or does Alexei Olenek get him to the ground?
I'm gonna go with Greg Hardy
Bye.
by first round TKO.
Okay.
I think he sleeps him.
All right, and I'm gonna go Alexei Olenek by first round submission.
That would be crazy. You think he submits him?
Yep.
Greg Hardy's
That's the only way to
7-4. He's lost his last 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not very good.
yeah, but he's a
But-
big motherfucker. He's
No,
a decade
He's
younger.
super athletic. Yeah.
Decade younger, super athletic. So
But you could also say Alexei Olenek has 15 years more of fucking
experience
jiu-jitsu
and everything.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, if Olenek gets him to the ground, it's over. Greg Hardy has to knock him out before he gets taken down.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, period.
Yep.
So
I won't be touching that fight for
yeah,
bets.
I want to see the lines. But so the next fight, which is very interesting, Jared Cannonier, I believe he's coming off a loss to Robert Whittaker.
No, he beat Kelvin Gastelum his last fight.
Okay, lost to Whittaker, beat Gastelum. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brunson, who's on a nice streak, right? We saw him make Darren Till quit. Who else?
Yeah, he's on a 5-fight win streak.
Beating good dudes too. Who? Darren Till,
Kevin Holland.
Edmund Shabazian,
Yeah, Ian Heinisch.
Ian Heinisch, Savage.
Elias Theodorio.
Yeah, Elias Theodorus or whatever.
Yeah, and then he lost to Israel
Yeah.
before that.
So the good wins is he beat Kevin Holland and he beat. I wish we had a line on this one.
And Darren Till.
And Darren Till, which we remember we were watching that one.
Yeah.
Cannonier has to knock him out. I think Brunson's wrestling is going to be the difference. And I just like what I've seen from Derek Brunson lately. I don't know how he wins, but
From who?
I'm gonna go Derek Brunson. I'm gonna go Derek Brunson by second round TKO.
Okay. I'm going to go Derek Brunson by decision.
Decision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get thrown in a parlay too. All right, so these next ones we do have lines. Brandon Moreno is -170, defending his flyweight little man title, versus Demaryius Figueiredo. I mean, I haven't been 125 since I was like 11, but no, I'm just kidding. But
You're not kidding.
The first fight, Figueiredo, I swear, was like a 3-1 favorite.
Yeah.
And then the last fight, it almost looked like Figueiredo couldn't cut too much weight, and Moreno just outperformed him.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting line. I mean, Moreno -170, Figueiredo +150. Unless Moreno just outclassed him, but I feel Figueiredo's going to come hungry. I don't know which way to go.
Wait, no, it was a draw in 2020.
Okay, it was a draw.
It was a draw, and then he lost to him.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the line of that draw, though, Figueiredo was like -330.
Mm.
So, yeah, it was a draw. They ran it back. Moreno won.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Right. I'm sorry. What did you say the line was?
Moreno -170, Figueiredo +150.
Mm.
And I watched it last time. Moreno literally outclassed him the last fight.
Yeah.
But some people said too Figueiredo's weight cut was super bad. Like he should honestly fight at 135 because way too much weight. But
How are you close to Moreno? Didn't you say he?
my coach is his jiu-jitsu coach right now.
Oh, yeah.
Moreno is living out here in the UFC using the PI and stuff. And my coach Hector is training. They actually just flew last week. Him and Frank, who runs the class too, like this 18 or 19-year-old black belt. But him and Frank flew to what's it called, Mexicali? What's it right over the border? Is it Tijuana or Mexicali? What's it?
Tijuana.
Tijuana?
Yeah.
That's right over the border?
Right next. Yeah. Right
Yeah,
over the
so they
border.
went to Tijuana. They flew literally like that evening, and they trained that next morning with Moreno. This was like a week ago.
Oh damn.
But yeah, for that sake, I'm gonna go Moreno by decision.
I'm gonna go Moreno by submission. By second round
He's a
submission.
black belt in jiu-jitsu too.
Yeah, second round submission. Moreno.
Damn, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going Moreno by decision. He's going Moreno by submission.
Yeah.
And then the last fight, an incredible fight. We got Francis Ngannou, the heavyweight champion of the world, versus Cyril Gane, the interim heavyweight championship of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not much to say. I mean, we've had
Did
this
you say
talk
the
before.
odds?
Minus 110, minus 110.
Oh my god.
I got Cyril Gane versus everybody.
Yeah,
so
100%.
It's very that simple. I mean, maybe we see John Jones getting.
I have Cyril Gane against John Jones. I have Cyril Gane
Yeah.
versus literally everyone.
Let's see John Jones get in the mix. We're gonna be hearing John Jones after this because he's gonna be calling out one of these dudes most likely. So.
Yeah.
But
I mean, is it the same story with every fight with Francis Ngannou? It's like, oh, well, if he clips him, he's gonna win, and if not,
basically,
you know.
Basically.
I think Cyril Gane. So he has previously he was a kickboxer, correct?
Yeah,
and
they
then
used to train.
or Muay Thai.
They used to train together. They came from the Fight Factory I think it's in London. I think it's in London, but they were training at the Fight Factory before, and then Ngannou left.
Yeah.
And Gane stayed there.
Yeah.
But they used to train. Gane came out of that interview and said, "I'm used to his power. I'm used to knowing how to invade his power."
And he said Francis knows I can take his power too. You
The
know?
one thing I'll say about Francis that he did against Stipe, he did fight. He always had the big wobble, could knock you out shit. But he did come out more technical and fought long against Stipe.
and more poise. It wasn't just running and throwing. Yeah.
And obviously with Gane, you're going to have to be controlled. So the last time we seen Ngannou has been a while since Stipe. He did look more crisp. So
if we're talking technicality and technical game, I don't think
Gane's
it even
way
comes
more.
close
Ngannou
to
probably
Gane.
has a little bit more knockout power. But I'm more curious how it ends. But honestly, it's probably going to be Cyril Gane by decision.
Yeah, I mean, Cyril Gane even said I'm winning by decision.
He
Most
said
likely.
that?
Yeah.
I hope it's just not boring. That's the only thing.
No.
If decision,
Any
though,
fight with Francis Ngannou, first, it's not going to be boring.
but if it's decision, that means there's not going to be much action.
there's going to be action.
Because there's action, someone's going to
Francis
sleep.
is trying to sleep him.
We'll see. I hope
Yeah.
so.
Nah, it's going to be an exciting fight. And I have Cyril Gane by decision. Yeah.
Then you know what? Just to change it up, I'm going to go with Cyril Gane second round knockout.
Wouldn't that be crazy if he had kicks his ass?
He
Cyril
does-
Gane's only been fucking doing MMA for a few years.
He hasn't lost, right? He's undefeated.
Yeah,
He's like
10-0,
10-0, 11-0.
10-0. Yeah.
Okay. So
Just a crazy athlete.
So we're both going to Cyril Gane win. I'm just going to make fun and do Cyril Gane second round knockout. You're going to go by decision.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a parlay for this one.
Okay.
We don't have lines on the other ones, which is unfortunate.
I'm gonna go big on Cyril Gane too. By the way.
The parlay I'm thinking right now, I'm going to go Movsar Evlov, Derek Brunson, and Cyril Gane 3-team parlay. Not bad, huh? And I'm 6 for 6 in my last UFC parlays. There's a lot of shit talking. I'm like, I don't know fights. First, I'm about to be a black belt in like a month in jiu-jitsu. I've been training for 12 years. I've been watching fights since I was 16 before I started training jiu-jitsu, literally every weekend for 15 years plus, probably longer. So, yeah, we know the fights, and we do this. My brother trains at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do this. And again, I'm like 6 for 6 in my last 2 cards on here. So, yeah, what's your parlay?
How do we feel about Brandon Moreno? You didn't throw him in there?
I just
Is it
think it's
'cause
to
more
stay
up in
away
the
for
air?
a parlay. I can
Okay.
see,
All right. Well, my best bet is just Cyril Gane straight up, and I don't think there's gonna be much more time of getting even odds with Cyril Gane.
I mean, are you going to for real bet that one?
Yeah. Yeah. So most likely I'll just be going Cyril Gane straight.
As of right
But,
now, what do you think the dollar amount you put on it? 200 or more?
Probably like 350.
350?
350.
Not bad.
Yeah. But the parlay I like is, I mean, I really like your parlay. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie. I mean, I'd probably run with that.
Cyril Gane, Derek Brunson, and Movsar Evlov.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I
I'm
think
curious
everything
what-
else is a little bit scary.
I'm curious what Movsar Evlov is. I always thought like minus 400, but I think if this other guy's undefeated, it's probably like minus 250 maybe.
Just to switch it up from
Okay.
yours, I'm going to go Cyril Gane, Brandon Moreno, and yeah, and Derek Brunson, I guess.
Okay. So that's our UFC 270 predictions. It's January 22nd, by the way. It's in Anaheim at the Honda Center. Ngannou versus Gane, unifying the heavyweight titles. We got the 125 flyweight championship trilogy. Brandon Moreno versus Devison Figueiredo. Yep, let's get it.
Boom.
All right.
Nice.
Let's end with songs of the week, and I got to get out of here.
Okay.
I got 2 songs of the week. I'm going to go first. 80 Empire dropped an album called Anthems and Icons with a bunch of features like KSR1, Corrupt, But the song that I'm going to pick, it's called Fallen Angels. It's 80 Empire featuring King Crooked.
I mean, can I use the songs off of Russ?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah, then I mean, both of them are going to be off of Russ then.
Yeah, go.
My first song of the week is Top of the World featuring J Electronica by Russ.
I love that song too. I want to stay away from the Russ album because we did a whole Russ clip on here. But my second song is also going to be on the 80 Empire Anthems and Icons. It's called Stand for Something, 80 Empire featuring John Connor.
Is that album that good?
Those two songs are great.
Yeah. Okay.
I think those two songs are better than all the songs on the Russ album.
Even the J Electronica song.
Well, no, not J Electronica. That's a cheat code. But that's what it's a cheat code.
Damn.
But Fallen Angels is really good by King Crooked.
Damn.
You don't like John Connor as much as me, but that song's really good too. And it's called Stand for Something. But yeah, the King Crooked Fallen Angels is incredible.
Okay.
And it's the 80 Empire vibe. You know how he does? They do the singing on
Yeah.
the chorus. It's just hard. Are you considering that album for your top 5 this year?
Huh?
Are you considering
Which
that
one?
first album?
Russ?
No.
Oh, the 80 Empire? Was that this year?
Yeah.
Nah, because it's only hard the first half.
Okay.
Second half dies a lot.
Okay.
Second song of the week for me is going to be Forsaken, Chromie featuring Royce the 5'9". I've liked every Royce the 5'9" feature
What was
recently.
this one?
Forsaken.
Okay.
By Chromie and Royce the 5'9".
Okay. You know what I do want to listen to? Tory Lane dropped an album. It's supposed to be, I think it's like R&B-ish too, but it's supposed to be like all these flips. LeBron James just came out and tweeted it, which is funny because he has all this Megan Thee Stallion hate still kind of under the table. And LeBron James came out and said Tory Lane killed this new album.
Damn.
And it's called let me see. I like Tory Lanez when he raps a lot, but I might go play through this one. We didn't get to the Rick Ross album yet, correct?
I played a few songs.
Anything?
Rick Ross,
Okay.
you know. It's Rick Ross shit.
It's called Alone at Prom, by the way.
Alone at Prom?
11 songs, only 36 minutes.
It's a singing one? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But remember, Tory Lanez is independent, one Umbrella Records, so I'm gonna check it out. LeBron went out of his way to support it, so.
Yeah, but LeBron does a lot of
No, he
weird
does.
shit.
He does weird
LeBron,
shit.
it was one guy I won't follow anything.
Yeah.
that he
No,
recommends,
I feel you.
You know.
I thought it was cooler just because he's super mainstream and like the whole Megan Thee Stallion thing was kind of popular.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. LeBron's getting cornier and cornier to me.
Yeah.
But
hey, by the time you hear us again, we're going to be at over 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
They can't stop the hustle.
Nope.
And check us out, KandiShow. We got a bunch of video reactions. The pod is the pod. The pod's going to be the game changer down the line. Again, we're at KandiShow episode 42. Subscribe, like, all that. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support.
shout out to India. Shout out to the Philippines.
Yeah,
Shout out to our family that
friends.
actually supports us.
Been watching it, but doesn't show love because they don't know how. But it's okay. If you don't love yourself, how are you going to love others? But that's it. KandiShow and everything. We appreciate it. We're going to do one more pod next week. All of our year in review type stuff. Again, we appreciate the love. KandiShow and everything.
Boom.